Children of the night, what music they make.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's that?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash you a bit.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Final Guys. Tim Meyer here. I am the guest who never left, apparently, because you guys keep inviting me back for some strange reason. And so I'm excited about this week's podcast. I think it's going to be a fantastic episode.
Fantastic
episode.
Very nice.
Let's
be honest, you're just the fourth final guy at this point.
Oh, well, thanks, buddy. But I have so many shark puns that I'm going to unleash upon you guys tonight. Oh, get ready for it.
Don't Get just ready. Sing it. Bring it.
I'm just kidding. That's the only one I had.
Thank God.
But I don't know. I think, it'll be a fun, interesting episode where we get to talk about Deep Blue Sea #3 and probably a bunch of other shark movies, because I know this is going to spark just a conversation about shark movies in general, and I'm very excited because it's one of my favorite horror subgenres. So I'm excited.
Right. Hopefully you didn't hear the two mutants too much there.
A little bit.
Quickly.
But all right, Jack, want to just get right into the news? If you have any news, do we have any news?
I got very little news, but I'm going to throw some news out there.
Throw some news out there.
This is filler. First news is. All right, so you guys have heard, Jason and I've talked about this before. Zack Snyder's next zombie movie, Army of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this comedian. I think it's Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia. So Chris D'Elia is in this movie, but he's in trouble with sexual harassment allegations involving underage girls.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris D'Elia is now out, and Tig Notaro, who's that female actress comedian who's in, what the heck is she in? She's in Star Trek Discovery, amongst other things.
I'd never heard of her before.
She's got short hair, you'd recognize her. If she's been on commercials, and she's kind of like a it personality. You see her pop up in a lot of stuff. She's kind of like an intellectual comedian. I'm probably not doing this justice, but anyway, so they're going to replace his character with her, but because the movie's like been almost finished and there's COVID, they're like doing like a variety of reshoots, but they're doing things like CG and other tricks to basically take him out of this movie and put her in the parts that he was in. So it's going to be Frankenstein.
Sounds interesting, that's for sure.
It sounds like it's going to look like garbage when the movie comes out.
I think they should let Joss Whedon do this. And take another Zack Snyder movie and do the reshoots.
You know, I've been wondering why that movie hasn't come out, because the rumor is it's been finished for months. And I wonder if this is why, because these allegations against Chris D'Elia came out maybe beginning of the summer, late spring, something like that. So I'm wondering if they were trying to figure out what the hell to do. Although I don't know how big of a role he has. I mean, if it's a big role, this is going to be
I don't think
bad.
it's a big role, because if they can do this.
So I was hoping it was going to come out around Halloween, and now this makes me
there's no release date on it.
I'm kind of excited for it, though, to be honest with you.
So am I. It's the only big budget movie we're going to get for the next 6 months.
I feel like that's true. Plus, I think that it was shot primarily in Atlantic City, which is like 20 minutes away from me. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
I think it takes place in Vegas. Is that right?
Supposed to take place in Vegas, and Dave Bautista is the lead. So you've got Drax the Destroyer and zombies. I'll give it a ride.
I remember they were doing like casting calls for zombies, and like I was this close to being like, "Fuck it, I should do that." But then I just
Totally
got
should
lazy.
have.
I should have, but I got lazy and decided to write a book or something. So
Sucker.
sucker,
Eh.
idiot.
Like there's money in that.
Yeah.
The next piece of news is just an interesting thing that I came across. There is a Godzilla museum in Japan it's only like half open. It's like kind of beta open because they're still finishing it, but it's open to some degree. And there's all kinds of Godzilla memorabilia, interactive things. But the signature thing, I guess, is not complete yet. There's going to be a giant true to size statue of Godzilla in this place with a zip line that you can zip line into his mouth.
What? That's amazing.
Sounds awesome.
We live in magical times.
That is magical.
That. Oh my God! You said it's in Japan.
Yeah, so soft opening was August 8th through the 31st. But God knows what's going to happen with the virus for its opening. But anybody who's thinking about a vacation maybe next year or following year,
Hell yeah.
think of nothing better than ziplining into Godzilla's mouth.
That would be worth the trip alone.
I hope they have great camera coverage on that so you can have all kinds of shots of you. Oh.
That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, that is really amazing. Get like a GoPro and just like,
Yeah,
for real. Damn, now I really want to do that. That is brilliant. I wonder how tall a life-size Godzilla would be. We're
Pretty
talking
fucking
like
big.
10 stories?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
even know.
somewhere in the world there's like a life-size Starship Enterprise that I really want to go see, but I can't remember
Really?
where it is. Yeah, I've seen like an aerial view of it.
People
And-
make crazy shit.
And
Have
of
you ever
course-
seen the I think it's in Italy. It's I don't know if it's from like Warhammer or something, but it has Trump's head on it and it's like this giant sword and they take it in parades and it like moves and the eyes blink and shit. It's like and it's got to be over 100 feet tall. I mean, it's insane. It's like, who the hell made that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that shit is so crazy.
People who have too much time on their hands, that's who makes that shit.
I would like to see that Millennium Falcon that they have in the Star Wars place in Disney.
I definitely want to go there. When this whole thing blows over, definitely go into the Star Wars world or whatever the hell it's called.
It's a Star Wars after all.
I'm hoping it's all old Star Wars stuff in there.
Yeah. I'd like nothing past Return of the Jedi, please.
Yeah. If it's all The Last Jedi, I'm going to be so pissed.
And then go straight to The Mandalorian.
Exactly.
The last piece of news is this. After 10 years of video podcasts, Monster Men, Hunter Shea and I's other show, will now be available also as an audio podcast.
Wow. That's amazing. What made you finally decide to do it?
I said to myself, if I don't just sit down and do this, I'm never going to do it because I keep saying someday I have to sit down and do it. So I talked to a couple of people, including a kid in my office who's got a podcast that nobody listens to. But he set one up and I was like, so I basically had somebody to be like, all right, what do I need to do? How do I do it? So I had a few questions that I had answered. I was like, okay, let me just try it. And so I went from just browsing to I got it set up in no time. So boom. So because it's a slow news day, that's my last piece of news.
Very fancy. Very nice.
Yeah. So themonstermen.net if you want to go find our webpage.
That's amazing.
So is that where all the podcasts are going to be too?
Well, we're still doing our YouTube thing. So the video podcast will basically just be, I'll take the audio like we do here and just put it on. It's going to
Cool.
And, it gets added to different platforms as time goes by. So it's on Spotify already. So. All right. That's all I got. So now we talked about.
Oh, I'm supposed to continue
Mhm.
driving. I thought it was just the opening. I didn't realize I was driving the whole episode. I apologize. I'm new at this. It's my first
Dirty
day.
son of a
It's my
bitch.
first day on the job. Yeah, so now we're going to talk about some things that we watched this week, right, guys?
Sounds good to me.
Let's do
All
it.
right, let's do it.
We have such sights to show you.
All right, this week, who wants to go first? Who wants to start us off with some good stuff? Jack, I feel like you watched some good things this week. What do you think?
I'll go
Start us
first.
off?
I never go first because I do the news.
Yeah, exactly. Take it away.
All right. So the first movie I watched, I was thinking of Jason Brandt most of the time because I feel like this is one of his movies. I watched Oculus.
Yep, that's one of my movies. You're correct.
Now, I have seen Oculus, but I only saw it once, and it was on a plane. So I did not get the full experience of it. And also the marketing for that movie when it came out looked like kind of a cheesy horror movie, like real commercial garbage. It just kind of looked a little cheesy. So when I watched it on the plane, I was like, oh, this is better than I expected it to be, but I still did not get the thing. So I was on Tubi TV, that free service that just has ads. And I found some stuff I'm definitely going to dive into. But as I was going, as soon as I saw Oculus, I was like, oh, damn, I'm watching that right now. So let me tell you something. I know I'm stating the obvious, but God, Karen Gillan is awesome.
Oh, is that the main actress?
Yeah. So, you know her from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I did not realize that was whatever the hell her name is.
Nebula,
yeah. I did not put that together.
She's a knockout in real life, and you'd never know it. She's also the girl from Jumanji.
The new
Oh, my God.
The new Jumanji.
Man, she's in everything, and I had no clue.
And I mean, she's a knockout in real life. So when you're watching this movie, that stands out. But knowing that she would go on to be Nebula, probably the most intense character in the Marvel universe, you can see that she has this intensity to her that Flanagan found, and she needs it because in this movie, there's basically a mirror that she is trying to prove is a haunted mirror that destroyed her family. Her brother gets out of a mental institution, and then half the movie is them as kids with their parents, where her mother is murdered by her father, and a bunch of stuff happens, and it's parallel things going on, and stuff starts to blur as the mirror kind of wreaks havoc. But she's running like these scientific tests on the mirror to prove. And it's a Mike Flanagan movie, and I didn't know who Mike Flanagan was when this came out years ago either. So this movie meant way more to me this time than when I was on the plane back then. And I gotta say, it was a lot of fun. It's a good watch. Mike Flanagan is the man, and I had a really good time with it. So if you haven't seen it, check it out on Tubi. But I know that Jason, this is one of your favorites.
Yeah, I'd actually seen the short that this was based on. I don't remember how many years before Oculus came out. I don't know if he was using the short to get funding for the idea, but I had seen it. I thought it was really cool. And I had seen his first movie, I think Absentia it was called. So I had kind of seen that I liked what he was doing. And so I was very excited when this came out, and I loved it. I thought, I don't know, I just saw right away this dude's got some freaking talent, and his storytelling just gets me in a weird way. So yeah, I love it. I haven't watched it in a couple years now. I should go back and revisit it, but I think
when this came out, Katie Sackhoff was the big star in this movie, and now Karen Gillan is like the
I don't know how big a star she is. If I seen everything, I had no idea she is. she's a good actress. So I didn't even know she was any of those characters. So
how about you, Tim?
I like that movie too. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think I saw it when it first came out on demand. So I don't really remember a whole lot, but when Jason was playing that trailer, that scene's great when she's like in front of the mirror and the thing moves in the behind her. I don't know. I like that movie. I wish I remembered more of it. I just remember liking it a lot. And you're right, Flanagan is the man. Love his Stephen King adaptations and pretty much everything he's done. There's that one movie. I don't know if he did that after Oculus. The one about the kid who has the dreams.
Yeah. It's his worst one.
Yeah, I didn't like that one, but everything else he's done has been fucking solid. So
Yeah, he's one of those guys that manages to bridge the gap between normies and weirdos like us, where we can all watch his movies and say like, "Oh, that was pretty good."
Yeah, he makes accessible horror movies.
Yeah, yep, that's a tough thing to do.
that is all right. Brand, you want to go next?
Sure, I might as well finish off this Wishmaster nonsense that I've been going through. So I watched Wishmaster 3. What the hell is it? Beyond the Gates of Hell. And watching this movie is hell. Oh man. I can best sum this up by saying, God, what's Wishmaster's name from the other ones? Damn it.
No idea.
Oh,
The actor's name?
yeah, the actor.
Damn
it.
I've
I've been watching the guy for weeks. Now I can't think of his freaking name.
Fuck. Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think about it?
This says the director's Chris Angel. That's not the magic guy, is it?
I thought it was, and when I went to look, it's not. It's just the guy who works in movies. But I got to tell you, the Wishmaster decided to bounce. He wanted no more of this, and that was a smart move. Yes, thank you. So they get a guy with like a British accent who's playing him now. And the best way to sum up how ridiculous this movie is the woman who conjures the Wishmaster is in a church, and for one of her wishes, she wishes for the Archangel, I think it was Michael, to come down and help her fight the Wishmaster. So a piece of stained glass basically inhabits her boyfriend's body, I guess. I don't know how to put it, and turns him into the Archangel Michael with a sword, with like a squiggly sword.
Amazing.
But the dude he's like a bro, like a college bro.
That's the girl from Criminal Minds.
Sure. So there you can see a little bit. It's amazing. I'm just watching it like, who the hell thought this was a great idea? I think the answer is nobody, because I couldn't find a single review anywhere where people thought this was good.
Can you show me the cast?
Sure.
I want to see if I recognize the girl's name.
Somebody thought it was a good idea. They put money to make it.
All right, let's see. AJ Cook, yeah. She's on Criminal Minds.
Well, there you go.
She's in that movie Where?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. So
the trailer looked like a Charmed episode.
It's one of those things where you're watching it and you're like, how the hell does this get made? But there are so many books out there that would make killer movies, and nobody wants to put money in them because they don't have a name, as if Wishmaster is some great name, you know?
Yeah.
This one was legitimately painful. I try really hard not to look at my phone when I watch movies, and I could not get through this thing without checking my email and shit. It's brutal. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's not a great movie, but it's got the Wishmaster in it, so it's at least a little bit watchable.
Well,
Wishmaster apologist over there.
So, I'll get to it in a bit, but someone thought it was great. It was good enough because the same director did Wishmaster 4.
That's true, yeah.
So,
which I think, I mean, I'm sure you'll get into it later, but I think is a better movie than 3, but maybe not by much.
Yeah, I mean, 3 is really
rough. It's rough. It's
a rough.
watch.
Sounding like a Return of the Living Dead 3 and 4 situation.
Yeah, actually, I'd put it on par. I don't remember which one was really, really bad of those, but maybe even worse than that. I'd say it's worse than that.
Yeah, it's definitely worse. Definitely worse.
Wow.
The Archangel section, where it's just a guy in a t-shirt running around with this horrible looking sword, having big sword fights with the Wishmaster, is just...
Wasn't John Travolta in a movie called Michael, where he played Michael?
Mm-hmm.
They should have got him.
He would have been down. Yeah. He would have done it.
Yeah, this movie totally had the budget for John Travolta.
Yeah.
What was that movie with like Viggo Mortensen was the devil, and there was all angels and stuff?
Yeah, that's actually a great movie. Prophecy.
Prophecy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that in ages.
Christopher Walken.
Oh,
Gabriel.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Oh, that's a great movie. And what's his face is in it?
Say your prayers.
Say your prayers.
Your prayers.
Say them. Isn't that like a whole series?
Eric Stoltz, I think, is in it too. I think Eric Stoltz is in it. Yeah, it is a series. I think it's 2 movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, now it's on my goddamn list.
There might be more. I don't know, but the first one's great. So I'll watch anything with Christopher Walken in it, though. All right. What did I even fucking watch this week? I watched a movie called After Midnight. Not sure if you guys have heard of it or seen it.
Clearly, you don't listen to this podcast because we both watch it.
I only listen when I'm on. I'm just kidding.
That's
You're like
fair.
Hunter.
Yeah. Where is that bastard tonight anyway?
That's right. We didn't get to that. He took
Yeah.
the night off. He's not feeling well.
Aw, poor guy. Well, we wish him well.
Yeah, we never even mentioned the fact that he's not here. That's how little we care.
Just glossed right over it. Yeah, so I watched After Midnight, and it's a movie that stars the guy who did The Battery, if I'm not mistaken.
You are
which
totally on.
I actually liked that movie. And not that I didn't like this movie, but it's another like super micro budget film that doesn't really show its budget like a lot of other micro budget. Like, it looks better than Wishmaster 3. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, it does.
But I mean, it was also made like 20 years after Wishmaster 3. But it basically follows the story of a guy who went through a pretty rough breakup with the girl of his dreams, and he thinks that there's this monster that's like stalking his house, and he spends the movie trying to hunt it while he's pining over his lost love. And it's pretty good. It's definitely character driven. It's got a few cool like little scenes in it. I did find it lacking a little bit in the middle of the film. Not a lot happens until like the last 15 minutes. But yeah, I mean, as far as like micro budget movies go, like I do love stuff like this. And I think because it had such a low budget, I kind of give movies like passes, especially when they do it and it looks good and it's like believable. There's this movie I think it's still on Netflix called The Endless, who, the guy who made it is actually one of the characters in this movie. He plays the cop friend. What's
Justin Benson.
Yeah, Justin Benson. Yeah, I love that movie, and I love the fact that they shot it for like $15,000. It's just cool, like how stuff like that gets made, and they're able to make it look good and enjoyable. So, yeah, I don't know. It's worth a watch. I think I like The Battery more because I think it was more interesting and a little bit more intense. This had a little bit of a slower pace, but it's a different movie. It focuses a lot on the relationship aspect, but definitely worth a watch. I wasn't mad. I think it was on Prime for free, so I don't think I paid for it. But yeah, I don't know. Worth a watch. Not the best thing you'll ever see, but if you're a fan of no budget movies, check it out.
I love this movie.
You loved it? Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I think because it's not really a monster movie, a little bit, but it's mostly just a relationship movie that I thought was just done really, really well. And I'm going to make sure I mention him this time because when we did the whole episode on this, we kept mentioning Jeremy Gardner, who starred and wrote and directed it, but he had a co-director, Christian Stella. And for some reason, we never mentioned that poor bastard's name the whole time we talked about it. So,
and then he wrote to us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
He left
actually
a big
told us
long comment.
Great story about, the long take conversation that the guy and his girlfriend have in the house. It's like, what is that, 16 minutes long or something like that, or 8 minutes at least.
It's super long.
And we had just kind of speculated, and he wrote to us and told us exactly, like they memorized it. They did it in like, I forget, it was like 4 takes or something like that.
That's cool.
But it's very impressive. Tim, I'm kind of with you. I like the movie. Jason liked it more than I, but I really liked it. The guys who made The Battery are from around here. So like in the credits for that movie, like they mention a bar near my house and stuff like that. So there's a little near and dear to me on these guys' stuff. Jeremy Gardner, he's also in Bliss. He's a lot of fun. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth checking out. Great acting, good writing, and for what they did on that budget is impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
I love what they pull off. Like each one of their movies, you can tell has almost no money behind it, but they managed to make it. Just the fact that they make it look like a real movie compared to most of the shit I watch, makes me happy. And the fact that I really like them is killer.
that's the thing. They actually put like effort into it. Where like you watch a movie like Wishmaster 3, and it's like, what were they even fucking thinking? Like you said, like there's so much stuff that they could have blew like $3 million on, to make this movie.
Yeah, give these guys the money from Wishmaster 3,
Yeah,
and we'll have something.
Exactly. So it's just weird how Hollywood works, but yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. So Jack, what you got? What's next?
So this next movie, I actually wish Hunter was here for this because I know that when he was a kid, he also saw this movie. So I'm going to see if you guys even have heard of this movie. 1972 movie called Gargoyles. It's a made-for-TV movie.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've. You know what?
I have not.
So this is kind of like a classic in quotation marks because it's kind of a famous little movie. So that's Bernie Casey, who from many, many movies, including Brian's Song. And I mean, if you look at his IMDb, you all know
Scott
Bernie
Glenn?
Casey.
A young Scott Glenn?
Young Scott Glenn.
Wow, look at that.
Yes. So as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my God, Scott Glenn.
Dude, I love Scott Glenn. He's fucking awesome.
So I saw this movie when I was a kid, maybe once or twice, like flicking around on an afternoon. And all of a sudden you're like, these gargoyles kind of look like Sleestack, but with like white human eyes and kind of bird-like faces. But the suits are, it's very Sleestack-esque. Stan Winston, I think this might have been his first movie, did the effects. So think of this as kind of like a 50s horror movie, but made in the 70s. Like it's a total like Saturday afternoon. This is a made-for-TV movie. Very cheesy, but just if you're looking for fun, this is another one I found on Tubi. And I was like, oh my God, I've been wanting to watch Gargoyles because I have such vivid memories of flicking around and being like, what the hell is this? And as a like whatever the hell I was, 10, 12 years old when I watched it, they show the gargoyles a lot, which held my attention because my problem with movies when I was a kid was you always turned on the TV when the talking parts were. You kept waiting for the monster. This movie, especially the second half, you see them a lot. It's not the greatest movie. It's not, but it's like there's a lot of scenes where the gargoyles are moving in slow motion, which probably was to stretch the runtime. I don't know, maybe with an effect, but if you're looking to watch in certain horror circles, this is one of those kind of beloved, well-known schlocky movies. So again, this is what I love about having something like Tubi. I didn't plan to, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm watching Gargoyles right now. So, and there I found young Scott Glenn.
I feel like I've seen this before, or at least like a part of it, like maybe it was on, and I just like happened to be, somebody mentioned in the comments that it was on Svengoolie like recently. And I feel like I was clicking around the channels one night and just saw that and maybe watched a couple of minutes of it because like that actual gargoyle face looks very familiar, or it could just be something I saw when I was a kid or something that looked like it, but. I kind of want to watch it though. Like it looks like something that I would like to put on and just kind of waste a couple hours watching.
That's exactly it. And Tubi, just
made for TV in the 70s. That is not blowing my skirt up. I don't know. that one might be tough. But considering all the bullshit I'm watching now, I don't know if it'd probably be a big step up.
Like
probably
I said,
had more heart than Wishmaster 3 though.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
But again, this is the kind of thing that if you were going to go throw on a 50s monster movie, this is kind of in that same, except it's 70s. So you get some color, you get more racy subject matter. The gargoyle gets a little familiar with a girl at one moment.
Gets a little frisky.
A little handsy.
Ooh. Hot.
Yeah. Wow.
That doesn't blow your skirt up either, Jason.
Sounds like a Me Too moment.
Oh. All right. So moving on from that, Jason, what else did you watch this week? Let me guess.
Wishmaster 4.
Wishmaster 4.
So exciting.
Filled.
Same director, and apparently he did not like what he had done the first time around. So he just made the exact same movie again. I'm not going to bother with this. It's God damn, guys. So the Archangel Michael came down in the second one with the sword, right? Well, in this one, the prophecy is finally fulfilled, and they make 3 wishes. But the woman's third wish
He
is
kind of
that
looks like the gargoyle.
Very
Kinda.
similar. Very similar.
the Wishmaster, or who she thinks the Wishmaster is, she could love him. And so the Wishmaster is in this conundrum where he can't grant a wish that only she can fulfill. So this movie is the Wishmaster trying to make this woman fall in love with him so that he can bring all the other jinn from hell or wherever and take over the world. That is the plot they came up with for Wishmaster 4.
It's romantic.
But they said, that Archangel Michael thing, we didn't get that right. So once the prophecy is fulfilled, we're going to have a character come with a sword and do the exact same thing. But he's not Michael. He's some dude who comes to try to kill her. So we get more Wishmaster sword fights in the woods in this movie.
Amazing.
In broad daylight with a dude in this giant costume. It is schlock to the highest level. You get the Wishmaster on top of a car that's driving around. He's almost like a version, like a cross between Freddy and Pinhead at this point. He's like a slasher now. He's not just granting wishes in crazy ways.
Yes,
He's hunting people
I
down.
get him and the Jeepers Creepers guy confused sometimes.
Jeepers Creepers is way more interesting. Sadly,
They look
Just the look.
a little similar, yeah, in terms of design for sure. Gonna be honest, I don't remember Wishmaster 4 that much. I just remember it being better than 3, but that might be because I just thought 3 was so bad that
it's more entertaining.
Yeah,
more shit happens.
Yeah, I just remember 3 being so bad and so poorly acted, and I also thought the Wishmaster, even though in those pictures that you showed, he looks fucking awful, like just the worst rubber suit you could possibly made for him. I still think he looks better in that than he did in 3.
It's the suit. I want to say the whole suit looks a little better. I think it's the same actor.
I think it is. I think you're right.
I think the biggest problem with the suit is that they shoot it completely in full light all the time. And so stop.
I can't believe the amount of conversation we are dedicating to Wishmaster 3 and 4 and how much you two actually know about this. I'm genuinely impressed.
Very important cinema.
I'm upping my horror cred through pain. So you have to at least listen to me talk about this for 3 minutes. I had to watch this shit for 3 hours.
It's like Tim, he didn't watch it, but he knows all this stuff about the Wishmaster.
I own the delicious box set.
Wishmaster sword fights. That's what I'll give you.
I still think that if any horror series should get resurrected, I feel like Wishmaster would be the best one to do, because I feel like there's so much to improve upon.
Yeah. Even the first movie, it's not a great movie, but it's fun.
Right.
Yeah. That 100% I'd be on board for a reboot.
That's awesome. All right. Moving on. I need a beer for what movie I'm going to talk about next. And I know, Jason, you know what movie I'm going to talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
That movie was because I was told that we were doing Deep Blue Sea 3. Didn't get a choice in the matter. Actually, no, that's a lie. I kind of suggested it, and then Jack kind of ran with it.
Wait, let me just set the stage. I am sitting in my living room, and I think of, Deep Blue Sea 3. I wonder if that's available on VOD yet. Oh, there it is. I should write the guys who we've been emailing about and suggest that. And I open up my mail, and there's Tim. Hey, did you know Deep Blue Sea 3 is out? And it was like God himself came down and said, I have a movie for you guys.
And
so he came down and kicked me in the nuts. That's what you mean.
And so it began. So I had never seen Deep Blue Sea 2. So I felt like I had to watch it to watch the third, even though I probably didn't need to. I couldn't do it. So I watched this fucking movie, and I didn't realize it was a sci-fi movie. I watched it on Sci-Fi, but as I'm watching it, I'm like, this has a feel of like Sharknado, like a really really bad shark movie, and everything about it was bad.
Yes.
Literally everything. The set looked awful. You could totally tell it was done like in somebody's basement. look how bad that looks. The sharks look so bad, and like I'm usually pretty forgiving when it comes to like shark movies because look, not everybody's got the $60 million budget that Deep Blue Sea 1 had. You know, I think I looked in this, the budget was like $5 million, and I'm sure every single penny of that went into the shark CGI. But it still looked like me, I could have done better on my MacBook with these sharks.
Like clip art you just move around.
Like we could have just like stole like the baby shark video that's very popular on YouTube, and they look better than these sharks. But yeah, it was so bad. The acting was awful. There was like some really like weird, uncomfortable things. Like there's a scene where the main chick is like she takes a shower and then she gets dressed and like she's like in her bra and panties, and for some reason like they let that shot linger for like a minute and a half for like no reason, and I'm like, this is like
it's because she's hot and it's the only thing in the movie to look good.
I felt uncomfortable watching it. I'm like, what is this doing?
It was a callback to Saffron Burrows in the first movie when she was down in her underwear trying to avoid the shark in the room.
I know, but still, like it was weird. It was weird. And then yeah, it was just the plot was essentially the same thing from the first movie. It felt like a really shitty remake.
That was the one with the little sharks too, right?
Yes, and they had the little sharks in there, and
clearly to save budget.
Yeah, I honestly, I as I was watching, I was like, did they just do this because the sharks look so bad, and they were like, fuck it, let's just put little baby sharks because we can just like go to fucking Toys R Us. Was around at the time.
They look like the Slither worms.
Exactly. So yeah, it was not good. I did not enjoy myself. I wanted to bash my face in about every 5 minutes. Yeah, that was awful. Bad.
Let me piggyback off that because I also watched Deep Blue Sea 2. Because when I looked up 3, it said it was a direct sequel to 2. So I'm like, oh, damn, all right, I'll watch 2. Yeah, there's no reason to watch. Oh man! So at the beginning, I'm watching. I'm like, okay, it's cheap. This isn't the worst thing. I don't understand why it has like a 3 on IMDb. 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. This is just like in shots. There will be someone in the hallway, and you'll get a different angle, but you'll still be able to see the hallway, and the person's not there. And then the next shot, they're back again. Just like simple things that I'm watching.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Filmmaking was really bad, and then the dialogue was really bad. Like, there's one scene where like the I guess like the IT guy or whatever is like freaking out, and the main like macho guy was like, "Sharks don't eat nerds," and I'm like, "What? Who fucking wrote this line? Like, who wrote this movie?" I didn't even look it up because it was just so bad. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
When
$5 million. You know what we could have done with $5 million, guys?
Do you think it was really $5 million? If
that's what Google or IMDb or Wikipedia said, one of those.
If that's true, that is insane.
That is an insane amount of money for like a sci-fi. Like, I don't know. I guess their thought was like, look, the first movie, I think they shot for like 60 million around there, and I think it went on to make like 200. So it was a very successful movie. So I think at some point somebody had the genius idea just to like, you know, piggyback off that success. And I guess if they threw 5 million at it and then made 10 million, I guess that's a successful movie. But I can't see how they made any money back from that.
A good chunk of that money probably went to the dude from Third Watch, who's like one of the main characters. He was one of the firemen.
I didn't recognize a single face in this movie.
Either. I was trying to figure out why the lead scientist dude was drinking the stuff they take from the shark's brain, I guess to make himself smarter, but I don't know that they ever said why.
Not really. What didn't the guy who was like the mastermind behind the whole thing, didn't he start drinking them at some point too?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why?
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't explain it. I think he was just like just a psychopath, and they were trying to just make him seem like a fucking James Bond villain because that's essentially what he was reduced to.
That was a rough movie, man.
It was rough.
I did not like it.
I think it was 80 minutes, and it felt like 3 hours and 80 minutes.
Is that all it was? 80 minutes?
It felt a lot longer, man. Like that entire third act, even though it was the most interesting part of the movie, still felt like it was 2 hours long.
When the woman is trying to fight the baby sharks with the welding tool, and they just swim around her, I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to how angry I was when I was watching it. This is funny. I finally have some company on this miserable movie.
Yeah, and like at least Jason and I have an excuse. Like we watched the movie for the shitty podcast. You just watched it for your own pure entertainment.
Well, listen, if you listen to this show or Monster Man, Hunter likes to say sometimes, well, if it's a alien movie, I'll just watch it. I just watch all alien movies. Or if it's a Bigfoot movie, I'll just watch it.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of that way with shark movies.
Understood. I'm the same way. I can't really.
And there's so many friggin' bad ones that I watched 2-headed shark attack, 3-headed shark attack, anything with Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. I just watched Wishmaster 4.
Yeah. But also, Jason and I say this all the time, because we're doing a horror movie podcast, that's when we're starting to pull the trigger on this crowd. It's like, oh, this will be something fun to talk about. Then halfway through, we're like, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid at all.
Exactly.
I understand what you mean, because like I feel like Sharknado, right? That kind of started the whole crazy shark trend. And I actually like the first Sharknado. I actually like parts of all of the Sharknado movies. So I feel like we're all like looking for that next Sharknado movie, that shark movie that's just gonna kind of like blow our minds. And guys, I don't think it's gonna ever happen because like they're so bad.
Yep.
First of all, you need an Ian Ziering. This movie did not have anything close.
Definitely did not have that. So
need a blonde cokehead.
All right. Who is next? Jack, are you next?
I'll go. So I watched a movie with my family, and now sometimes when you're with your family, you can't watch horror movies or whatever, but it was like a rainy Sunday afternoon, and I got to watch Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which is one of my favorite movies, and it was a very fun. I've seen it a million times, but most of my family hasn't seen it in 25, 30 years, so it was really fun. But I will go back on the record and say, this is my favorite movie of the Universal Monsters. I love it. It's a great movie. It's funny, but also I watch all the other Universal Monster movies. I enjoy them, but I'm always like, this is a little slow here. Oh, this is a little, this is the one I watch. And I'm like, oh, this is great. It's got all three of the monsters. It's got a plot that if it was regular people instead of Abbott and Costello, it would have been like the plot of a movie with those three. If you ever see House of Frankenstein or House of Dracula, where they have all the monsters team up, this is a way better movie with all the monsters in it than either one of those movies. And Bela Lugosi's in this as Dracula, which I think this is only like the only other time he actually played Dracula. So I was curious though, because I'm older than you guys, so I know Hunter and I, like, this is from our childhood. Have you guys seen this? Do you have any attachment to this movie?
None.
I have no attachment to it, and I've only seen parts of it. I've never even seen the whole thing.
It's like all horror comedy is like built on this foundation. So I had a blast with it. So if you ever want to check it out, if you've seen all the Universal Monster movies, but you haven't seen this, check it out.
You know what? I need to put this is one that has always been a blind spot for me, and I've always thought I need to go watch it. And then when I'm picking out a movie, it never pops in my head. So I'm going to add this to my list right now.
I'm curious because I grew up watching like Abbott and Costello and Laurel and Hardy and the Marx Brothers. And then recently, some friends of mine during the lockdown, we were just talking about different movies and kind of like watching stuff and getting on Zoom. So we watched Duck Soup, and I will come back and I'm like, oh my God, I love that movie. And this girl I know was like, I really didn't like it. It's like, have you ever seen it before? Like, she had no attachment to the Marx Brothers. She's younger than me, so it didn't register for her. So I don't know what Abbott and Costello will do for you guys versus me who grew up with them. So, but check it out.
I like older movies, and I like the Universal Monster movies, so I think it's something that I'll definitely check out, and I'll probably even enjoy it.
It's got Lon Chaney Jr., Bela Lugosi, Glenn Strange plays the monster. So you've there's a surprise. It's a surprise cameo at the end of the movie that I will tell you.
Ooh.
Nice.
Have me intrigued, sir. All right, Brant, what you got?
Well, I thought I've already watched Deep Blue Sea 2 and 3, and this is now a horror movie series out of nowhere, so I might as well watch Deep Blue Sea and just cross the whole thing off my list. So I did. Funny though that I watched this last. I had not seen this probably since the theater in '99.
Really?
Wow.
It's probably been that long. Yeah,
Dude, I remember this used to be on HBO like nonstop. Like it was the only movie that HBO was showing for a while.
Like I said, I've seen this movie like 25 times.
At least 25 times.
I honestly think this is the second time I've watched it. The first time I watched it, I remember thinking, boy, that was a big, stupid ass fun movie. And I watched it again today and I thought, boy, that was a big, stupid ass fun movie. It is cataclysmically stupid. Like the plot makes no goddamn sense. The decisions everyone makes make no sense. And yet it's just fun. It just is. It's a blast to watch. These sharks understand things that there is no possible way they could understand. Like towards the end when they're saying, oh my God, they've been, I don't know, ferreting us through this whole facility, getting us to do what they want. I'm like, how? They can't see you. They're outside. Like, and they're saying the chains or the fencing under the water is titanium, but the fencing over the water is only steel. So they've been wanting us to raise the water level so they can break the steel. I'm like, how do they know it's steel? What? Like the sharks.
They're super smart, man.
But there is one scene in this movie that if you find it funny and you like it, you will like this movie. And it is when Thomas Jane dodges the shark underwater at the end, this giant 45-foot shark. If you watch that and you're like, this is so stupid and I love it, you're going to like the movie.
Well, they just showed in the trailer where the shark throws the guy out the window.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. This movie is so stupid, and I really, really enjoy watching it. It's one I'm going to have to go back to more often.
Yep.
Oh,
LL Cool J, by the way. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I can't turn it off. If it's on, I can't turn it off.
I was just going to say, LL Cool J also makes this movie. His character is phenomenal and hilarious. And when the credits roll and his song is...
My head is like a shark's fin.
So I was like, is he saying his head or his hat? And neither one makes sense. So I looked it up and I was reading the lyrics and they don't make sense.
Is it head or hat? Because I've looked it up before too and I couldn't remember. So it's my hat. My hat is like a shark's fin.
But I don't know why or what that means, but it perfectly fits the tone of the movie.
And he's got the parrot that swears.
Oh, poor parrot.
Man. And the sharks change size. They're the size of a sperm whale at some scenes, and then in other scenes they fit in a little hallway and are able to turn around and shit. Like,
but that movie did a great job with like flooding a room, and then people have to go into the water, and the special effects in the movie are great.
Yes, the CG shark effects are terrible, and the practical shark effects are really, really good.
Yeah.
They spent some money on this sucker, and
60 million
in the 90s, right? What's that, like 100 now? So
probably at least, yeah.
It was almost like the size of budget of the Meg, but way better.
Oh yeah, I love this movie, and it's a great like horror movie too because the kills in it are fucking really good. Like,
yes.
Just they have such icon. Like, there's two kills in particular. There's the Samuel L. Jackson one that's iconic, essentially. Everybody knows that one, and then there's the one with the blonde chick where she like gets taken under and then she like gets raised up and like I love that kill scene. It's so
that's
cool.
In that tube.
Yeah,
the water's rising.
Yeah,
and the fire's like falling on. I love that scene.
I fucking love that scene so much.
And then the scene I alluded to, the other where Saffron Burrows electrocutes the shark. Yeah, that whole scene in that room is awesome.
It's such a like you said, it's stupid. Like when you really break it down and like try to make sense of it, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But like, how old? I was 15 when that movie came out, and I just remember watching it for the first time and just fucking like loving it. And every time it was on HBO, I watched it. Also, I'm a pretty big Thomas Jane fan. I think he's like very underrated as an actor.
Yep.
And I think this is like one of the first movies that he like starred in. I know he had some big roles previously, but
I saw it in the theater and was like, I was kind of let down. But the more I saw it on cable, the more it just became comfort food. And I'm like, okay, it's a dumb movie, but I'm not turning it off, so I'm enjoying it. So I get a kick out of it. So like I said, I wouldn't call it a good movie, but I would call it a fun movie. Yeah. And in the realm of shark movies, look, Jaws, you've got a Jaws hat. I just got the Jaws 4K Blu-ray.
Oh, I got to pick that up.
There's Jaws and then there's everything else.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's a handful of other shark movies that are decent, and this is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say it's maybe top 10.
Which says a lot about shark movies. But...
And everybody likes to complain about, the shark and Jaws look so fake now and stuff. And I'm like,
that doesn't.
Hold on, people.
I think it looks great.
I think it looks phenomenal.
It looks awesome. And when you watch these CG sharks, there's some scenes that are like, oh, that looks pretty good. That looks really dumb. That looks fake.
Yeah.
I'm like, you still can't beat Bruce in Jaws, especially like when he takes out the guy in the rowboat. Oh my God.
One of my favorite shark movies is The Reef. Have you guys seen that one? They actually used real sharks to shoot that movie, which I find like fucking terrifying. And that movie is actually terrifying. But yeah, like they used real sharks to shoot that movie. And I'm just like, that's fucking crazy to me because the sharks look great in it. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen The Reef.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
Putting it on the list. That's I've always meant to go to, and I watched
that at Hunter's house, and his little niece was there. And anytime she said this 1,000 times during the movie, whenever something happens, she just go, "Is it the shark? Is it the shark?"
It's terrifying. All right, before we get to the main feature, I have a book I just want to throw a quick mention to. It's called A Lush and Seething Hell by John Horner Jacobs. If you like cosmic horror stuff, this book is phenomenal. It's actually 2 novellas, and they both are kind of like historical fiction. They have a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft vibe to it. But both stories are phenomenal. The writing is phenomenal. Kind of don't even want to say too much about them because I went like into it knowing absolutely nothing, and I think that really helped it. But if you like cosmic horror, if that's your thing, fucking check it out. It's a phenomenal little 2 novella collection.
I think good cosmic horror can be hard to come across. So
I think so too, and there is a lot of it coming out, and this is like one of the best things I've read lately. So yeah, definitely put it on your list. It came out earlier this year, and he also has another I think it's another 2 novella collection that just came out as well. So I'm going to check that out and maybe recommend that one too. I don't know.
Nice.
But what do you guys think? Do you guys think we should get to our Jawsome feature?
I think it's a great idea.
Jesus Christ.
Let's do it.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
All right, guys. We have the very much better than the second one, Deep Blue Sea 3 to talk about. And I don't know where you guys want to start. What do you want to do? You want to do like a quick, you want me to give a quick synopsis of the movie?
You trying to steal Jack's job?
I don't know. Is it Jack's job? I don't know. Is it my job? Is it Jack's job?
Job security, man.
Jack, you take it and run with it because I'm terrible at explaining movies anyway. So go for it.
In the Deep Blue Sea trilogy that had to be made, this is the third one. So there's this like garbage island from the Kevin Costner movie where he's like a water guy, Waterworld. But it's really a sinking city because of global warming. And on it are people who are studying sharks and shooting videos. And there's bull sharks and there's white sharks, I guess. Or this is white sharks. Or there's sharks around it. But then 3 bull sharks come and they're genetically modified. GMO. sucrose corn syrup.
Sucrose.
High fructose corn
High
syrup.
fructose corn syrup. It's got modified GMOs. It's terrible for you. And
Steroids.
these sharks are genetically modified, so the guys whose job it is to catch the sharks show up at Garbage Island, and naturally they're bad guys, and so the good guys on the island have to fight the bad guys, and also the killer smart sharks. Deep Blue Sea 3.
There
you go.
That was wonderful. All right, so quick spoilerly, is that even a word? Review.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, we'll roll with it. I didn't hate this movie, you guys. I went into it. I watched it like back to back though from the second one. So pretty much if it was just like Jack and Hunter parading around my screen in like shark like hats, I probably would have liked it more than the second one.
I had a shark.
Yeah. If you guys shot a music video for that song, I would have enjoyed it more than Deep Blue Sea too. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. It's not the greatest movie. It has decent acting, which I appreciated. I thought the acting was actually good to a certain degree. The main actress in it, she was on Lost, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. Yeah. And she was good on that. She played Jodi Arias in the Jodi Arias made for TV film, which wasn't that great, but whatever. She was all right in it. Yes, I watched it. I'm ashamed to admit
I don't know what that is.
I was just letting it go.
You don't need to know what it is.
It's the woman who killed her kid.
Her husband stabbed him like 19 times.
Oh, Jodi Arias. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of the other crazy woman.
She stabbed her husband 19 times and said it was self-defense, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
In the shower, right?
Yeah. So anyway, she did a really good job, I thought. And I thought all the supporting cast did a really good job as well. And it actually had a decent plot. Go figure. A shark movie with a decent plot. And I thought some of the kills were good. I don't know. Overall, I didn't hate it. And I'm actually kind of impressed. But again, I don't know if that's just because I just watched Deep Blue Sea 2 and I'm just like anything is better than that. So I might be a little off. All right.
You want me to go?
Go for it.
Against all odds, I had fun watching this. I liked it. It's not a world beater by any stretch, but it gave me exactly what the second one didn't do. It gave me fun scenes. The acting was not god awful. And I don't know what the budget was for this, but the production quality was light years beyond the second movie.
Maybe this was $5 million.
I don't know, but they clearly had a giant ass tank that they were shooting in, and I'd be willing to bet they built that town. It just, everything looked, there was camera movement. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is, I just watched 2. I don't know how to handle this. This looks like somebody knew what they were doing. And, the CG sharks are a couple times that they are bad. And it's like, man, I wish they had a little more money for that. It's ridiculous. The story is it's still a Deep Blue Sea movie, and it's like, why are they doing this again? And there's a part where a guy is using a grenade launcher that looks like it's made of PVC pipe to blow up stuff.
Oh, it was like a freaking super soaker.
Yeah, it's like, okay, guys, like maybe spray paint a little black or something. I don't know, but regardless, I enjoyed watching it. Like I wasn't bored. I wasn't taken out by terrible shitty scenes like I was in the second one. I thought it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, I was expecting another heap of garbage like part 2, and I was pleasantly surprised because this is a decent movie. It hits all the same beats as Deep Blue Sea. You're like, okay, that's the equivalent of this scene. That's the equivalent of this scene. Kind of like what you would have expected in part 2. You would have thought, okay, it's kind of the same movie just with a new coat of paint. But it's different enough that it just kind of like, it's like, okay, it's a Deep Blue Sea movie, so we have to have kind of those nods to the first movie. And you kind of, when you see them, you kind of go, ha, 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 okay, that's like the Samuel L. Jackson part, or that's like this and that. Although you don't have to see Deep Blue Sea to watch this movie, because it's basically a step up from a sci-fi shark movie, because the special effects are better, the acting better, the budget's better. So it's not like watching Snow Sharks or something like that on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it's not like movie theater quality shark movie either.
No,
so I breathed a sigh of relief, because like, oh, this is what Tim and I were talking about. I will watch a dumb shark movie, and like in the realm of dumb shark movies, I'm like, oh, this is actually on the higher end of the low budget shark movie. So I had a good time with it. But there's plenty to laugh about when we get into spoilers and stuff like that. But especially like, we paid to see this. If this had like just come on Shudder or something like that, like this is the chintzy cheap part of me. Like, boy, if I just got this with the service that I was watching, I would have liked it even more.
Yeah, I really think it was mostly held back by budgetary stuff, and I thought they were being creative. Again, unlike the second one, when they keep walking down the same hallway that's supposed to look like different halls, this felt like they were at a town, floating in the water, which made me happy. And every time there were like camera tracking shots, I'm like, holy shit, somebody thought we should make this look like a movie. Like, this is great.
It actually looked like the stuntman show kind of set, because there's a scene where a bomb goes off and somebody gets flipped out into the water. It was a great stunt, and it totally made me think of like, I'm at Universal Studios watching the Waterworld stunt show or something. Like
Waterworld stunt show.
They had that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Was Kevin Costner in it?
They had a Kevin Costner like guy.
Oh.
They like the Indiana Jones one and all that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when I was a kid. I lived very close to Six Flags, and they used to have a Lethal Weapon stunt show.
Oh my god,
which was amazing. By the way, just want to throw that out there.
I'm curious who lost their job because they bet on Waterworld being a huge hit, so they put it in the theme park. That nobody ever came to watch the show.
Did the Lethal Weapon one have the diplomatic immunity thing in it?
I don't. The only thing I remember from it was like one point, the Mel Gibson lookalike who had like, I don't know if his hair was real or if he was wearing a wig, but it looked exactly like Mel Gibson's like longish hair, and he like separates his shoulder at one point, and he like uses the door and like slams his and like the cracking sound that went through the like the PA system, like it just, I still remember that. That's the only thing I fucking remember from that.
Oh yeah,
I would have liked to have seen that.
It was entertaining, that's for sure. But
kind of like this movie.
Yeah, I kind of like this movie a lot. I thought it had some good shark stuff in it. CGI, not the greatest, like you guys mentioned. But there's a scene, I guess at the end, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more in spoilers. But I thought the shark looked pretty decent, and it was a pretty intense scene too. And I really liked the way that they shot it. Like Jason said, it looked like they actually cared to make it look good. And in the realm of shark movies, that is not always the case. So
yeah, I had to think about it for a while. So I was like, am I liking this? Because I expected this to be a so bad it's good kind of movie that I would just laugh at.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and it was decent, or like, is it actually pretty good? And as I thought about it,
there's certain so bad it's good elements to it though, because the bad guys are so
they're like
cookie cutter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Deep Blue Sea movie. Don't get me wrong, but I guess I was impressed that I enjoyed it. It wasn't quite like watching the first one because it doesn't have that kind of money, but it felt like a proper sequel to it.
I really like the aspect too of the bad guys, because you don't really get that in the first and second movie. A little bit, I guess, in the second movie where the main guy was kind of like the bad guy, but this had like a villain squad, and arguably they were more dangerous than the sharks at some point, because they were kind of like unpredictable, and I like that element to it. I thought it actually made the movie like 100% better than if they just stuck with like the sharks are the villains of the movie. And you kind of just feel bad for the sharks in this movie a little bit, because like they didn't really do anything wrong, you know?
I never felt bad for the sharks.
The guy who ended up being bad also was apparently a hell of a martial artist out of nowhere, because he gets in a fist fight, and they're just being in the fist fights. Just I'm like, oh, okay, these are just two actors, and then he throws out this like 720 spin kick. I'm like, holy shit, this dude must be a stuntman or something. He's a beast.
He looked like a stuntman, and actually the choreography on the fight scenes were really well done. I thought the fight scenes were actually one of the most entertaining parts of this movie.
Yeah, somebody cared. I was like, what is this?
Who would have thought? You care a little bit, you make a decent shark movie.
They're a little Roadhouse-esque.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like they're just trading spin kicks back and forth.
And quips and
yeah, and instead of killing the guy, he says to his flunky, like, finish him off, and then walks away. I'm like, oh man, this is so ridiculous. It's great.
Oh, I loved it. So you guys want to get into some spoilery stuff?
Sounds like a plan to me. Spoiler alert.
Oh man. So what do we spoil first? What's a good spoiler to start on?
Well, first of all, you had the Samuel L. Jackson callback when the guy's like, I'd rather stay here and die with them than what with you, and he stay with you, and he jumps off the boat, and the shark comes up and eats him in midair. Like,
shocked the hell out of me, by the way. Did not see that coming.
When the with the chick when he's having that moment.
No, the guy jumps off the boat.
Oh,
and the shark catches. So they did it twice. They did two Samuel L. Jackson kind of.
Yeah, that was like the ex-boyfriend guy when he jumps off the boat.
Okay,
he dives headfirst into this shark's mouth.
Yes.
Did not see that coming at all.
No, I didn't see that coming either. The other one though, I didn't see coming either. With the guy and the girl, like they really gave those two, like that relationship, like a lot of character development.
How did you not see that coming? Because he was saying like, when we get out of this, I'm gonna make you my girl and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this guy's done. 5, 4, 3.
I did kind of see it coming, but I was also like, they spend like 5 minutes developing these characters, like really did a decent job, I thought, in the 5 minutes that they used. And I'm like, are they just going to throw away that 5 minutes, that whole relationship? And they did. So I was I don't know, I was kind of rooting for them, for their love, man. I thought they would survive it.
Your heart is like a shark's fin.
Oh man.
I wanted to mention I forgot to, before non-spoilers, but who gives a shit. What made me think it was going to be a better movie right away is when they were doing the underwater photography where they're looking at the sharks and the one shark comes up to them. I was like, this looks good. Like, this doesn't look cheap. Like, somebody actually went down with a nice camera and got some footage.
Yeah.
And then that shark at the beginning that kind of pushes her back into a rock
the
or
friendly
something.
great white.
Yeah, the friendly great white. I thought that shark actually looked pretty good. I thought the CG was decent there. Just like at the end when she terminators the last shark and crushes it. I thought that looked pretty good.
Listen, the shark in the shallows looks great for the first half of the movie. Then as soon as like Blake Lively, it becomes like night and she's like, that shark looks like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the sharks in this look better. Like I said, the first half of that movie, I don't know how much was practical and how much was CG, but there's times that shark looked great and other times it looked like crap. And the same thing with this, but yeah, there's moments in that where it's like, oh, that's really good. And other parts was like, it looks like a cartoon. But what I loved was it's hilarious. The Asian girl, after the other guy gets killed, and she's sitting like on a thing, and the fin is going around her. It's clearly like somebody's got like a fin on a stick and is going around and then coming back around, like is stalking her. It was so funny.
Oh man. Just a side note in the chat, Sheridan's, I guess one of the words is shark, and like, does he expect anyone to actually be drinking? Because I feel like they would die of alcohol poisoning at this point.
Yeah, we're up to 91, it looks like.
That is ridiculous.
When you do the Jaws drinking game, you do shark, but you also do squalus.
Oh, fancy.
There you go. But yeah, I don't know. This was a pleasant surprise, and I can't be mad at Jack for forcing us to watch this movie, since it's all his fault, 100%.
I was so relieved, when I got to the point where I was like, "Oh, this isn't like the second one." I watched it on right after we had done this, like a Saturday afternoon, This is a great like Saturday afternoon matinee kind of movie.
Yeah. I'd actually like to talk to the director or producer and find out, how do you go from the second one to like so much better for the third one? Like, does whoever own the rights, were they like, okay,
Well,
that was shit, we need to spend more money or get different talent? Like, how did this happen?
I did know.
Did we lose Tim?
What, Tim? We're
no.
waiting with bated breath.
Oh, I can hear you again. You're back.
Am I back? I'm sorry, guys. So it's a different production company. The first one was actually, or the second one was actually made by Sci-Fi. Like, it was a Sci-Fi branded movie. This one was actually done by Warner Brothers, so it was done by, like, I guess, a pretty big studio. So I mean, that right there is way different. I mean, if you watch any like giant monster movie on Sci-Fi, it's garbage. Like, it is, but it's supposed to be garbage. Like, that's how they make those movies. They just, shoot cheap garbage movies and just want to entertain people. But this looks like it was definitely done by like a studio who intended to make money. And honestly, if I don't know, I feel like if COVID didn't happen, this might have been a movie that got played in theaters, select theaters. Maybe it might not have been a huge release, but I think it wouldn't have gone straight to on demand.
I liked it better than the 47 Meter Down movies.
I actually really like the first meter. The second
I've never watched either one.
I like the first one. I thought it was decent.
First one
I
was
got warned
okay.
off of them, so I just never got around to them.
First one, I didn't like the ending, but it's okay. The second one's, oh my god!
I heard bad things, so I don't even think I'm gonna watch it. But the first one I went in thinking that it was going to be complete trash, and I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised. So, still, nothing beats The Reef. The Reef is still like one of my all-time favorite shark movies.
What's the other one? Open Water. Open
Water. I like too. I like The Reef more though, because they're very similar in terms of it's just like they're out in the open water and they're just trying to survive. But I don't know. I feel like The Reef has a little bit more. I don't know, that the movie terrifies me for some reason. That's like my ultimate fear, is being stranded in the middle of the ocean with fucking sharks circling you. Like, that's got to be the scariest fucking thing.
It would suck.
Yeah, wouldn't like that.
I should mention looking up the movie here. The director is John Pogue. I hope I'm saying that right. Who did The Quiet Ones and Quarantine 2 before this?
Quarantine 2.
Yeah. I actually remember watching Quarantine 2, and that was another one like this. Thinking I was expecting it to be really bad, and I was like, "Hey,
surprisingly okay."
Yeah, that was entertaining. So
yeah, no, I'm thrilled that I was expecting the worst, and it's so much better than what I was expecting.
Yeah, my mind is blown.
Yeah.
To be honest, because going from 2 to this was like, oh.
Yeah, 2 really is so bad. So when we were chatting about it, and you kept saying, "Well, I never saw 2," I'm like, "Don't worry."
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
so.
that was pretty awful. But
this is also a kind of movie that if you had friends over, even kind of normies, you could rent this and have a group movie night. And people who don't think about movies 5 minutes past after they saw it, unlike us who talk about it for 2 hours on a Tuesday night, would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a pretty fun movie."
Yeah, I recommend it. I think I mean, I don't know, maybe $6 is too much for you for it, but I'm also not mad that I spent the $6. So I think it go either way. I think if like you like shark movies, that you would probably get a kick out of it and think that you didn't waste your money on it.
Yeah, they keep you entertained, and they, like I said, if there's enough beats from the first movie to give you that I feel like I'm in the Deep Blue Sea world, but with a lower budget, but still kind of the spirit of it.
Watch 1, watch 3, maybe give 2 a pass.
Yeah, don't watch 2. You don't, because it's literally mentioned in the third movie for like 2 seconds.
Yep. And now I can't wait to get the angry comments about how we liked this movie, but we didn't like Us. So yeah, we sometimes get stuff like that. It cracks me up. But it was fun. So
we didn't dislike Us. We just poked a lot of holes in it.
I didn't care for it.
It does have a lot of holes to poke, but I don't know. I still like it.
It was fine. I didn't mean to go down that tangent, but
yeah.
There weren't enough sharks in it, though.
That's very true. Very true. Yeah.
Well, my hat is like a shark's fin.
Did we lose Tim again? God damn it.
He looks badass in that frozen screen, though.
He does. I thought he was getting ready to say something witty. So I guess we'll just wrap this up while he comes back.
Yep. All right. So are we calling a movie or are we going to wait till later?
What did you want to do again?
I want to watch Uncle Peckerhead.
Uncle Peckerhead, which that's quite a title, dude. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Let's plan on that, and if we change our mind, we'll...
Yeah, if we change our mind, who cares?
Go back. But yeah, whatever.
But everybody out there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Do us a favor. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
And for Tim Meyer and Hunter Shea, I'm Jack. That's Jason. See you next week.
Bye.
Game over,